So you blaming other people, I'm gonna really have to teach you accountability. This is about you doing different for you. You can't do different for your grandchild until you change you. Mr. Walker, one of the questions your attorney asked you on direct examination was whether you were tired of getting in trouble. You recall that question?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And so I'm assuming the reason why counsel asked you that is because your criminal history dates back to 1997, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And so from 1997 to present day, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 2. So you had over 20 arrests and you have had 1, 2, 2 probations that have been revoked, and you have had 2 TDC stints, and then you've done looks like county time and county time, and then just the 2 TDC for the, well, 5 TDC literally, but 2 of those cases, Berg have an ag robbery. And so, you know, in the 2 times that you were on probation in 1998 and in 2002, did you address your drug addiction issue?
No, ma'am. In 2002, I don't remember no probation.
Yes, August 20th of 2002, you were placed on deferred for criminal mischief, and you were revoked, and you did 100 days. And counsel's showing you the paperwork now, it looks like. So my question to you is, you know, I understand that the state doesn't have any questions, but I don't want to just put you on probation for more of the same, because counsel made a good point about, are you finally tired? And so I'm trying to figure out, what are you going to do differently this time? Because you talked about, oh, you have it under control now, but how so? Like, what efforts have you taken to you know, to learn how to manage your addiction? I didn't hear any testimony about that.
Not being around the same people and not going around bad people, staying out the way, and work every day, you know, much as I can. And now that I got a grandbaby, so I have, you know, something to do at home and stuff, you know, even though I did have something to do. You know, my mother just passed, so I really don't. And the outpatient treatment would help a lot. Me going to classes.
Okay. So, Mr. Walker,
Yes, ma'am.
I'd be failing you if I didn't ask this question. You blamed everybody else, but who's been with you since 1997 when you began in trouble?
Myself.
Exactly. Right. So you can't blame other people. You said you changed, you're not around those same people, but they weren't with you every time you were getting in trouble.
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Defense, please call your next witness.
That's all, Your Honor.
All right. You rest.
Rest, Your Honor.
And state you close.
Yes, Your Honor.
And defense you close.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Sir, pull up your stuff again. I do accept your pleas of guilty. I find that there is sufficient evidence to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt in both cases. Pursuant to Article 42A.301, subsection A of the code, we have a risk assessment. You were listed as a high risk. Now, Mr. Walker, the Texas legislature requires a TRISE in every case because they want your probation terms to be specific to you and your needs, right? And so what the high means is that they're thinking you need a lot of help on probation, or that you're going to struggle on the probation. Okay. And so I will grant the party's request and accept the plea agreement. So I'll defer adjudication of your guilt. And it was 3 deferred in both cases, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And I will place you on community supervision for a period of 3 years. There are 2 things you need to understand about being placed on deferred. You do have the right to petition the court for an order of non-disclosure. The only reason you would not be eligible is because of the offense you pled to today and any prior criminal history you might have. Second thing, the full range of punishment that the court reviewed with you at the beginning of the plea is available to the court should you violate your terms of probation. Do you understand both of those things?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I am going to order that you do the inpatient treatment. Now, Mr. Walker, it is an open college campus, so you can walk off if you want to. So I'm hesitant to send you to Wilmer because I don't want to waste the money for a grant for you when I could send somebody else and use that money, or just send you to SafeP. So, you know, the way this works, Mr. Walker, and I always like people to be armed with information, is that if you leave that facility without the court's permission, then there will be a warrant issued for your arrest. And your Texas legislature has said that you won't get any of that back time if you leave that program without successfully completing it. So let's say, for example, you're there for, I don't know, 3 months, well, 2 months, and you leave, you won't get that back time. Okay, do you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you cover your nose for me? Okay. All right. So you'll go to Wilmer, you'll do whatever aftercare continuum that they deem is necessary. Mr. Atkins, I want him to check in a week after he's released to make sure that everything's going okay. I'm going to order IOP. I'm sorry. Looking at your chart, it looks like I'll do NA. NA 2 times a week. And then based on your TRES for Mr. Atkins, he needs to check in with his field officer and the court officers once a month. Mr. Walker, I'm doing that because I don't want you to fail. You have had an extensive criminal history. It's time to stop the back and forth, the revolving door. So we're going to try to do things differently than what you've done them before. Do you understand that?
Yes. Well, I'm just saying. So IOP.
Sorry. Hold
IOP
on.
is that
What?
close.
Hold on.
Okay.
I told you no IOP. I'm going to do NA instead 2 times a week. But what you need to appreciate, Mr. Walker, is that you can no longer be a bystander in your rehabilitation. There are 2 purposes for the adult criminal justice system, either punishment or rehabilitation. If you want to do the rehabilitation, then you have to get on the field and do the work. So you blaming other people, I'm going to really have to teach you accountability. This is about you doing different for you. You can't do different for your grandchild until you change you. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I'm not looking for perfection, Mr. Walker, but what I am looking for is no excuses. Things won't always be perfect, but you can do better than what you've been doing. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.